All right, people. In today's Mindful Reaction series, we're going to be talking about things that men use to judge women. Okay. I said two things. It's kind of weird. There's no way, but this is about how men judge a woman's value. This was a long time ago. So hopefully I still agree with this. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video to see my point of views back then versus now. And let's see what this Alex has to say about this. Let's find out.
This time we're gonna do it the right way. Okay, so these two things that men judge you by are things that these are a lot of times it is a determining factor as to whether or not they'll like you. Because this is the thing: you can meet a guy, and deep down in his biology, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm talking about this in my course, natural chemistry. Natural chemistry is a course that I'm creating that's not based on manipulation, not based on the dark tactics that I teach, but based on creating natural chemistry with a guy. It's more about maintaining the attraction in a healthy and sustainable way, right? So, and there's a first section that I'm talking about is male nature, which is a whole section explaining to you the different parts of male nature and their psychology, so that you could understand them and not be taken off guard, right? So that you
Yeah,
can have a realistic expectation as to
understanding people's nature is so important because when you understand how a person really is, everything adds up. For example, I have a friend of mine who's a socialist, right? I love him. He's one of my best friends. And I argue with him the last few years, and I'm like, why the fuck does he believe so many random shit? And I would like just get frustrated. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then he told me he's a socialist, and then I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Like, I should have just added everything up and realized that he's really a socialist, and it would have made the debate so much more easier for me. But that's what I mean about understanding people. If you don't know the type of person you're dealing with, you're gonna get frustrated, right? You have to understand that you have to be able to read people, understand who's the liar, understand who's the person. For example, if people come on too strong to you in the beginning, understand that they're gonna pull away out of nowhere. They're gonna be 100 miles per hour, and then the next day you're gonna wake up and they're gonna be at 0 miles per hour. In fact, they crashed the car, right? So whenever you get those random moments of like, oh my god, this person liked me, and then all of a sudden they disappeared, you'll understand. Oh, okay, he was one of those quick starters. They start quick, but end fast.
expect with men, right? Because when you know how they react, then you don't get as emotional when things go wrong, because you will know why things are wrong, as opposed to not knowing why things turned out the way they did and blaming yourself and creating self-hatred and increasing your shadow. But that's for a whole nother different subject. And there's a lot of guys who you guys have met who at a factory setting, right, at their genetic level, just have good chemistry with you. For one reason or another, there are some guys who at a chemical level feel more chemistry with you. For why? We don't know why. It's just in their genetics. But there are two things that ruined this natural building of this chemistry, because some people you meet, and I'm actually going to talk about how chemistry is made in that course. Some people you meet, by the way, it's going to come out February 1st, I think so.
Shout out to Alexis Ariel.
Black Friday kind of discount, because I turned them off, right? It's like when you're cooking something, by the way, I just finished drawing, so my hands are a little dirty. So you could be cooking a steak, you have every recipe ready, but you take it out too soon. As good as the recipe is, as good as the process was, if you take out a dish out of the oven too soon, it's not going to be good, right? So that's the first thing, is that you could like a guy, everything, and you guys might have a good future wherein you have natural chemistry, but if you give up your time too soon, you'll turn them off, right? For example, I could have 10 meals, right? 10 meals, right? Because a lot of people think less, more is better, right? You can have 10 meals, but if you eat those 10 meals in one day, it's not going to have a good effect on you, as opposed to eating those 10 meals in a period of 3 days.
Or just having that special meal you eat from time to time. And what I'm trying to tell you is that a guy will judge you if you give up your time too soon. It's too easy. Make him wait. Make him wait. A man's biggest weakness is his impatience. Make him wait. A woman's advantage over a man is their patience. A woman creates more impatience than a man creates impatience in a woman. So you got to leverage that and fight on those grounds.
It'll give you time to process it, right? And it'll give you time to nurture yourself and enough time to be hungry to want to eat more without being overstuffed and without developing some, physical problems with overeating, right? So that's the same thing, is that when you give up your time too soon, you turn off the guy. It's like you give him too. Yeah, he wants you, but not too much. Let him slowly get to know you more, right? Let him slowly develop that chemistry, right? Slowly, right? So that means that's why I recommend seeing a guy only once a week for the first 2 or 3 months, because you want to give him little doses, back off, let him process you, and then little doses, and then back off and let him process you, right? And what's going to happen is that over time, he'll develop natural chemistry, but also he hasn't really gotten too close where he'll get turned off. And once he builds that attachment over a period of time, which is it's time that, you can't make up having to put the food in the oven for 50 minutes. There's nothing you can do to replicate that. Uh-huh. You can't heat it up. You can't say, you know what, I don't want to put for 30 minutes at 300, so let me put it for 15 minutes at 6.
It's almost like there's a certain dosage. There's a certain dosage. It's just, you got to see yourself as a drug, and turning them off is overdosing. You first start off with one puff, okay? You don't go with you first, and then the next time two, and then the next, and then you slowly build up the tolerance. And once you're able to tolerate more consistently, then you'll be able to hang out with them more consistently. But the most important thing you have to make sure not to do is to turn them off with too much of your presence.
600. It's not how it works. You got to put it for the amount of time. And a lot of women try to speed it up by amping up the temperature and try to give them a lot, by love bombing. But what that does is that it doesn't build an attachment. It makes them get turned off. They'll like it. Don't get me wrong. Right? Go ahead. I mean, do whatever you want, right? But what's gonna happen is that you're gonna notice them putting them away, right? They'll take it as you being needy, and what's gonna happen is that they'll automatically remove you from a woman who is normal and a good candidate to a woman who's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't mean crazy, but the way that most people rationalize this at first is that, why does she have so much time for me? I thought she was busy. I thought she had a life, because most people, when they like you, they assume everyone likes you. They assume everyone wants your attention. And one of the ways that you confirm that is through just your unavailability. Like, let your unavailability in the beginning, in the first month, do the dirty work for you. Keep them hungry. Feed them, but don't kill them. Feed them, but don't leave them full. Leave them hungry. Let them go to sleep hungry a little bit, so that then they could slowly process you. It's like some pills, right? Some herbs, right? Some herbs, you got to take them for a few weeks for the effects to kick in. We're almost the same. With certain people, we have to be in their lives for a certain amount of time for us to really take root in their hearts. And so it's the same thing. With some people, it's a month. With some people, it's actually the first day. You can see them every day. But I prefer you guys... If this person wants to see you every day, you being a little bit difficult to see the first month will not hurt them. It just won't. They'll suffer, but they'll wait for you, right? So then those who need a month of seeing you in order for the love for you to root, it'll have that effect. So it's kind of like, it's a win-win. It's you make the guy like you more, and then the guy that you could have turned off because you being so needy and so consistently there in the beginning, you slowly build up that attraction, so that then after the first month, you're able to see him consistently. And if they still get turned off because you're too available, then it wasn't meant to be.
I'm telling you, it's how it is, right? The second thing is not only just giving up your time soon, because again, when you give up your time soon, it's also an indication that you like them a lot. And a lot of times when you like a guy, you have sex with them quicker, and that's why women have this correlation where quick sex equals them losing interest. In reality, it's just an effect of a cause. In other words, you like him a lot, so not only do you have sex with him quick, but also you spend a lot of time with him, right? That turns a guy off. I see you today, and now you want to see me tomorrow, right? And then you want to meet my brother, my sister, then you want to go to a park, an amusement park, and then you want to do this and that. And I'm like, girl, we only know you for 2 hours, man. Like, you got to calm down. I remember one time this girl, actually one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen, we met, and halfway through the day, she was like, hey, could we move in together? I'm like, bitch, we can't move in together. You know, like the fuck, like it's unbelievable, man. Like already asking me to move in. I considered it because she was that hot, right? But that's for a whole other different subject, right? So that's one thing, right? The second thing is your reputation, right? When you have a bad reputation, when people know you, when people look, I always tell this to women: if you're gonna have sex with a dude, make sure he's from another neighborhood. Don't be
Yeah.
banging the dudes in your neighborhood and in your block because they have a social circle. And what happens is that whenever you could bang three dudes, but if those dudes know each other, it'll give the illusion that you banged everyone. It's just how it is, right? It's just how it is. It's much better off to go outside your neighborhood. Put those Tinder settings from 5 miles to 20 miles. It's worth it. Your reputation is everything. You gotta guard that shit with your life. So that means that you gotta go out of your way to not bang dudes in your neighborhood. It's just how it is.
Or better yet,
If
yeah.
you're gonna bang the dudes in
Or
your
better
neighborhood,
yet, what I mean is that if you have a reputation for being needy, people talk about that. And the next person that you meet, especially if you meet people through your social circle, will know about that. But also, even if you do have a reputation and they don't know about it, the fact that you consistently over pursue people, people are gonna tell you do that in your face in your nonverbal cues. So it's not your reputation with other people, but also it's your reputation with yourself because you will eventually do the same thing you did with the other guy. You got to break those patterns, and you break those patterns through developing a meditation practice. Purchase my course, Emotional Mastery, people. It's actually $99 now. You guys can order it right now, and it'll teach you how to master your emotions.
always working, who barely has time to hang out with his friends. Don't be banging a dude who has nothing else to do but smoke weed and make YouTube videos. Sounds like me. I'm not that guy, right? But so I'm saying is like you gotta protect your reputation. Don't be banging dudes in the same house.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying
ladies,
I'm
so
saying that
finally,
because some
I have
people have
released my second.
some people have done that. Another thing is pretty much like I said, your nonverbal cues. Your nonverbal cues. If you have this like needy, like nervous look to your face, it pretty much communicates your history, pretty much. The way to fix that is to literally develop a meditation practice, like literally. That's because that's how you get at the root of the issue. That's how you get at the core problem. Developing a meditation practice. When you do that, you'll notice that first of all, you're not going to notice. You're not going to notice how your nonverbal cues get more relaxed simply because you're also not able to control them even now, right? A lot of the times you think you're showing confidence, you really are not. Because there's just so much anxiety that you're trying to hide that no matter what you do, it's going to come through. It's just going to come through. So if you do this properly, what you're going to notice is that you're not going to notice yourself doing anything different in particular, and you shouldn't. What you'll notice is that people just react differently to you. And that's because they're noticing that, you know what, this person has high value. As opposed to if you notice how people treat you when you're really nervous or really lack confidence or you're scared, sometimes you're facing someone that intimidates you and they actually end up doing things that validates your opinion. It's because your nonverbal cues invited that a lot of the times. It's just how human nature is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to review more videos, just let me know. Click in the description down below and just type in a comment what video you guys want me to react to, and I'll make some of them. Okay, take care. Bye bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women of power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.